Welcome to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast. Hitting your eardrums at this very moment, I'm Kevin.
I'm Thomas, and today we're here with an Irish comedian in London.
Oh.
It's Marty Gleeson. Welcome, Marty. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Doing good. How long have you been in London, Marty?
8 years.
8 years. Okay. Mm-hmm. And are we liking it more or less?
Oh, definitely more. I really love London, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's a nice place. I've been there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
The sort of bojo of it all kind of got you invested, but now things have gotten even better than that, I assume.
Yeah. But where are you guys?
Yeah, no.
Great question.
Yeah.
I live in a totally insulated, it's called a hyperplex, so you can kind of see it behind me. So no oxygen comes in or leaves. So we have a limited supply of breathable air here.
Yeah, and he uses it up on the show on a regular basis.
Yeah. I get a little nervous sometimes with the big guests that we get, so I'll be hyperventilating and sucking more air than is my ration amount.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's off the grid. It's kind of off the map. Yeah. But unofficially, it's in Chicago.
Yeah, his address is listed as being in Chicago. Yeah. And I'm out in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, which I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of. But
I have. You're the second person I've met from Winnipeg.
Wow.
Really? Who was the first? They probably related to me. Yeah.
She was a woman I worked with in a hostel in Germany, and she told me something about the birds are really violent in Winnipeg.
The birds are violent here. Yeah, I mean, we have some aggressive ass geese, that's for sure.
That might be it.
Yeah. The geese are pretty wild out here. They're not very safe.
This is how, Marty, you're not going to believe this. This is how terrified Canadians are of birds. Mm-hmm. We literally put a loon on our dollar coin just to appease the fuckers. And they still torment us. Yeah. Like a bird made the coin.
Yeah. It's literally called a loonie. Like that's what we call a dollar here. It's a loonie. Yeah.
What? That's not true. None of it's true.
It's true. It's and our piggy banks are called loony bins. No, that's not accurate.
That would be good.
That's a bad joke. Yeah, it is.
Marty, we like to start with a check-in, but I wanted to ask you because I am going to London for a wedding later this year.
Oh,
cool. If you have any recommendations, we may also stay in Edinburgh. We might visit Oxford. We're going to try to make the most of the trip because it's hard to get out there. What should we make sure that we do?
You should go to Oxford Circus on rush hour on a Saturday.
Oh.
You should go to the London Eye and spend £50. No, don't do any of those things.
You sound horrible.
Don't do any of those things. It's absolutely terrible.
Get in the traffic jam.
Go to Hampstead Heath Park. That's really nice.
Okay.
What are you into? What's your thing?
It's a great question.
T. What are you into?
What am I into?
Let's stress you down right now.
In a way, I've never thought about this or asked myself.
So far, what Marty knows about you is you live in a vacuum in a room with no air, and you have seemingly no interests. So
I have no interests. Well, I guess in a way the two fit together. I'm still in my COVID bubble, which is this environment that I found myself in.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you should go to Canary Wharf then, if that's what your vibe is.
Okay. Good to know. Is that a totally featureless
It's a place where they celebrate the birds, unlike us terrified Canadians here.
It's like
Canary Wharf is packed.
A soulless little metropolis.
Okay. A soulless little metropolis. That does sound more like your speed, T.
That does sound good. Yeah, I think I might take a picture of me legs spread on Abbey Road. Maybe stop at platform 9 3/4.
Oh, God. Yeah.
A cheeky pint. Pint, some mushy peas. I mean, look,
You lived in England for 2 years.
Yeah. And so I know all the most iconic features. Thank you for your advice, Marty. But we do like to check in also with you. What is new and exciting in your life? What's been going on lately? What are you into?
I just came back from the holidays from Ireland. I was there for a longer time than I expected because we got snowed in, which doesn't happen in Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Really.
Whoa.
So
really?
It was very exciting. We were all like, woohoo, this is so cool. But then it got boring very fast.
Sure.
And that's it. So I'm happy to be back in London around different nationalities. That's great.
In Ireland, it's very homogenous.
Just like,
I've only been to Dublin,
nice.
so I can't speak to that, whether that's accurate. But yeah,
nah, not really. It's better. It's definitely a lot better. But
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
No, that's my life at the moment. Back in London and just getting ready to do some shows, and that's it, really.
Wonderful. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. T, what's cracking in your life, man? What's going on? How's the bubble?
I thought that my check-in would have been my upcoming wedding, but I can say more.
Okay, I mean, you don't have to. I'm sorry.
No, all of this is bullshit. It doesn't matter.
What? Don't do that. We just
check
6 minutes in.
If anything's happened this week.
Yeah.
I guess I was just in a sketch show yesterday.
Yeah.
And I debuted a sketch in which I had finished taking a poop, and then I ordered. There was no toilet paper. I was on a first date at someone's apartment.
That's
the character orders toilet paper on Amazon Prime and then attempts to stay in the bathroom until it arrives. And I last minute had the idea of making some underwear, which I wrote in thick Sharpie, fully nude on, so I could lower my pants and have that to kind of indicate to the audience what they should be imagining.
Right.
Stunning.
And that's pretty good.
The underwear was definitely funnier than the sketch. But I think it went pretty well. I think Secret Family Sketch. Follow us on Instagram. We had a good first show. It was a blast.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
You and the Sharpie on the underwear is sort of becoming a Thomas Tolles.
Yes, in fact, Marty, what you might not know is there had already been Sharpie on these undies, and I used a thicker, darker Sharpie to write over it because I didn't want to ruin another pair. So for my previous...
You couldn't splurge on another pair of fucking tidy whities. You had to draw them.
My God.
I already had to
tidy
order
whities as well. Wow, so like TV. That's like TV talk.
Yeah.
Tidy
So previously I had written on them "I am enough too" for my drunk Shakespeare shows, where I think there might be some inebriated Shakespeare or shit-faced Shakespeare in your region, but here it's called drunk Shakespeare. So I would have an I am enough shirt, kind of like the Barbie movie, and then later in the show I would reveal my I am also enough underwear. But over time, this had faded to a light gray piece of writing, so I imagined that I could just simply write over it with my thick Sharpie.
Does this mean that you were wearing the same pair of Gitch every time you did this drunk Shakespeare show?
A lot more than the cast would have liked. Because eventually they loosened up to a dangerous degree. We're in at least one photo with the winning royalty at the end where we do a cast pose. Yeah. My testicles were exposed. I didn't mean for that to happen, but they had become so worn from use that they no longer function as underwear. I didn't want to do a fucking check-in. Right?
Are you a liminal person? Like, are you someone who has a small amount of stuff?
Yeah.
I'm not. I have an enormous amount of like things I don't need. I'm not great at getting rid of things, but I do hate buying new clothes. I will wear the same shirts, underwear, things for years, even once they start getting holes in them and things. If I'm like, no one's gonna see this today, it doesn't matter. I can still wear it, even though it's very worn down. But I guess in a public setting where I was being provided free clothes from the staff, I could have updated it more often. But it's annoying to write "I am enough too" on a new pair of underwear, so I would just wear the old. Also, I kind of thought it was funny how like desiccated this pair was, like stained with wine and things like that. So
I mean, that. Jesus. I wish I didn't know that about you, but it is nice. What is new with me is well, you know what? Here, hold on. Let me just pull this up properly so that I can show you folks. Oh no, sorry. I'm trying to show you a slideshow, but I just started it on my computer, which is not what we're trying to do here. Add from. Oh, cool. Add Google Slides. I can do all of this through this. This is crazy. I'm figuring it out as we go. giving access to all kinds of data for these apps here. Oh, didn't work. Okay, great. Well, that's good. Fuck me. I hate this show. This is a nightmare. Okay, here we are.
Great Ireland snowing. Okay,
yeah,
we've got
we've got it here.
Soiled beds, I think.
Yeah.
If you're just listening, that's my first impression.
Don't say soiled, right? Okay, so this is the problem I'm dealing with. This is my bedroom. This is my bed. It was taken, I believe, on the morning of the new year, but it's something I've been dealing with. Now, this is the bed. It's a king size bed. It's a lot of room, right? And you can tell there's a certain uneven distribution of space. One may assume that we sleep 3 to the bed based on the way this is looked out, right? Because it's almost as if one individual has three amounts of 33.3% of the space
now,
is
what
mine.
Is that device on her side?
That's a pillow.
Left?
That's a pillow.
No, it isn't.
It is. It's
I thought it was like an iron, and I was like,
it does. It looks like an essential oil diffuser that she uses
at
on
any
her
moment.
half of the bed.
She's ironing half the bed and getting the steam is sort of a diffused steam. No, it's like a neck pillow. She sometimes puts it between her legs, and then the stand that it's on is actually a phone stand that she puts her phone on.
Just to fill them in, so Kevin has a picture of his bed. He's color coded his side and her side, indicating Kara's side, which is substantially larger, and then his tiny side of the bed, which is coded blue as opposed to hers coded red.
So if you see here, this is the midpoint of the bed. Obviously, I'm losing a lot here. How much am I losing? Exactly 35% encroachment is what's going on here. 35% encroachment. And I wanted to know, because I know, Thomas, you're partnered up. You share a bed.
That doesn't look like 35% of the bed. I feel like that is a misleading statistic.
35% of my side.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Does this not seem valid and fair? Marty, do you think I'm being fair in my assessment here?
Yeah. So wait, your side is the blue side, and your
that's right.
Mom's side is the red side.
It's not my mom, right? It's not my mom. Obviously, it's not my mom.
Where does your mom sleep?
My mom doesn't sleep in the same bed as me. No.
But the iron is... Wait, what?
You think that because there's an iron there, and it's not an iron, to be clear. You think it's because there's an iron there, my mom is in the bed with me?
Well, your mom gave you life, Kevin. I think 35% encroachment is actually pretty valid.
I think that's fair. If that's your mom sleeping on that side of the bed, that's fair, I think.
No, it's not my mom, though, is the thing.
Okay.
It's not my mom. It's my girlfriend, my partner, Kara.
So how much space in your life does your mom deserve? I guess I'll go with 100% of the
What
space.
are you doing? You can't do this. My mom is in England right now. My mom is back. My mom is from England. She's back in England. And so she couldn't be encroaching less on my life at the moment.
Okay.
Well, Kevin, there's a few more slides here that I'm pretty curious about. I can see a preview of the next one, which you and I, your face pasted over.
That's the end of the slide.
My girlfriend's face. So what point are you trying to make here? Are you naming and shaming Kara for hogging space? And what do you think it is?
I wanted to know what the situation was for you folks.
You are taller than Kara. In theory, you deserve more of the bed.
I'm bigger than her by almost 100%. Like she, I weigh quite a bit more than she does. I'm quite a bit larger than she is.
100%.
Exactly. Twice the size she is.
I'm 100% bigger than you.
I'm 100%
screaming that in the middle of an argument.
A woman would never be like, I'm 100% tinier than you. Like, I am supreme by 100%.
Yeah, no, it is true. It is the most masculine thing I've ever said is that I'm 100% bigger than my girlfriend. But yeah, so Thomas, does Kim do this to you? I've shared your bed with you. I've slept in your bed, Thomas.
Yeah, did you find I was a generous... which one of us do you recall had more space in the bed at the time?
I feel like it was pretty even. It's an episode of the show. We could go look it up, but I think it was pretty even.
Well, that was not us sleeping. That was us awake, but...
Yeah.
I like you, Kevin, am a feminist. And so
where are you going with this?
I'm not.
Just the tiniest sliver of bed. I make myself so small because honestly, I think I've been in the spotlight long enough.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You sort of think it's an act of allyship for you to take.
I've actually had more than my fair share of stage time.
Right. That's
It's
why
her
you let
turn.
other men sleep in the bed, right?
That's right. I think it's time
But
to share
shouldn't
the
it be
wealth.
equal?
Yeah.
Should be equal. if
Yeah,
you're a
right. That's
feminist.
what.
Well, yeah. We're equal only in that we went Dutch on our very first date. I didn't even offer to pay then. And in retrospect, it's a shame that I will carry to my grave.
Right.
But I do. Kim has back problems. She has scoliosis. She's got a rod in her spine, so she needs a body pillow to sleep with. She needs a lot of like space to kind of nice. And so I'm aware that I get a little. She gets a lot. It's
Right.
the way to keep her healthy and well.
Right.
But I know what you mean. I felt a little pushed out of the bed. I felt a little squished on my side. My arms sort of folded up. Marty, do you sprawl when you sleep? Are you a tuck and roll kind of sleeper? What is it like for you?
I am 100% smaller than you guys. I'm literally like, I'm tiny. Like you could put me there when I go to
Right.
sleep. Tiny. I don't move. Like, no, it's just rigor mortis sets in. But the key is to have your own duvet and your partner to have their own duvet.
That's really smart.
Okay. That actually might fix some of the issues that we're having. Because then
Marty is tucked in under my little used Kleenex on the bedside table. That's your blanket. That's how petite you are.
it's getting right in
Love
there.
it. Yeah.
Awful.
Ooh.
Awful.
Actually,
Okay.
just
Well,
wrapped up in the Kleenex.
God. Ugh.
Do you have a proposed solution to this, Kevin, or do you just want us to be aware of an injustice?
I wanted everyone to know about how unfair my life is. I wanted people to know, and I sort of wanted to expose. I was trying to do the right thing by not putting Kara's name in the graphics, by saying Kara's side and my side. But then everyone inferred it was my mother and not her. So now I feel like I feel a little hoisted upon my own petard, as it were. And I think I'd like us to just go into a warm-up segment.
Yeah, let's do a warm-up segment. I'll spin the wheel, and we'll get this started. Two Goops and some fries. Now this is going to be very culturally interesting. Participants must debate which two Goops, sauces or saucy toppings, would be best on fries. I feel this varies wildly
Or chips,
depending
we
on where
should
you're
say.
from. Or chips, yes, we should
Say
specify. That, like,
I mean, I own a restaurant called
What?
St. James Burger, and yeah, Marty closes the Zoom and just leaves.
What is?
Yeah, no, I understand. It's just a simple dialectic thing. It's not that crazy. And yeah.
But fair. Thank you you're such good facilitators. Thank you. Okay.
yeah, we
Yeah.
like to make you feel comfortable. But
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong that mayonnaise, that HP brown sauce, these are some of the things that might show up on a chip that we would never even consider over here in
That's
North
crazy.
America.
Yeah.
I mean,
What? You
mayonnaise-
don't do mayonnaise on
Mayonnaise
chips?
for sure, T. What are you talking about? Aiolis are like so common here.
aioli, but I think it's much more of a common. You wouldn't just get a pack of mayo at McDonald's.
That
or
is
Burger
true.
King.
Straight
It's-
mayonnaise on
yeah.
fries is a little weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about that tiny little sweet tub of curry sauce that you can get in McDonald's?
We don't really do that at all. We don't have curry.
That
Curry sauce
sounds
is sort
awesome,
of
but- Yeah.
Wow.
curry as a fast food item is something that is pretty unusual over on like the North American side of things. Like curry, like there's lots of Indian restaurants and things like that, but like getting curry as a side sauce is pretty unique. Actually, my mom is trying to get me to start carrying curry as a side option for chips at my burger restaurant. So yeah. Yeah.
You have a burger restaurant.
Do you
That's
have
so
like a
cool.
favorite dip for your chips?
Or two, a combo. Or they could be separate.
Curry?
You said curry. Oh, curry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you also
But,
a
like,
gravy?
Nah, well, gravy's more English, I think.
Yeah.
It's Northern English, but curry, or like, obviously you can't be having curry all the time. That's insane, obviously. So I would, ketchup, I guess.
Yeah.
Keeping it classic.
And you gave that the appropriate level of energy and interest, I think.
Ketchup
it felt like you were losing interest in your answer as you gave it, which is fair.
So boring. Shut up. Stop it. When you're like, ugh. Just
ketchup is sort of an I guess. Yeah, I guess ketchup. I guess. Yeah.
What would you pick? Ketchup?
We did a Marry Fuck Kill ketchup, mustard, mayo, and ketchup I think did get killed, but it's an interesting thing where fries or chips are like the one area where I really would probably want ketchup. Ketchup is just a really nice addition. Mm-hmm. Canadian-wise, I do think of gravy a little bit. Gravy's a wonderful dip. Yeah. And then there's all the fun aiolis, but I don't know, for regular fries, I don't always need the like garlicky, honey-y, like kind of chipotle mayo type of thing. That's better for sweet potato fries.
It is good for sweet potato fries. That is
Kevin, you're a burger shop owner. You should be the most knowledgeable on this. What are your most popular goops?
I mean, I think like we sell a lot. So in Manitoba, there's a sauce called honey dill, which is a mayonnaise-based sauce that you then put honey and then dillweed in, and that's usually pretty much it. And that has that's incredibly popular. It's more popular than every other sauce on the menu in most Winnipeg, Manitoba restaurants. So I sell more honey dill than I do anything else. But then after honey dill, gravy and chili are pretty popular for toppings on fries.
Chili's interesting.
Chili's an interesting one. But I personally prefer like a spicy mayo, a chipotle mayo, something with a little kick to it, but with a baseline of mayonnaise. One of my favorite things I have ever had as a first job I ever had, I was working at a restaurant in Falcon Lake, which is like sort of a community that's like on the water here in Manitoba. And I was working there at this deli, and we used to do jalapeno mayo, which was like they chop up fresh jalapenos and mix it with mayo, and having that with like potato wedges, like that right amount of like, that's money. So I'm going to say jalapeno mayo, and then maybe to keep it a little interesting, I really like curry sauce. So I'm going to put curry in my top 2 as well. I think like when you can get it, and like when I've been to England, when I've been overseas, or just like there's a couple chip shops here, like fish and chip places that'll do it. And it's really good. Yeah.
I'd agree. But in Canada, the way you have, is it poutine? That's the gravy that you have?
Yeah.
Is it like, because chipper, oh no, never mind. What I'm about to ask you, it's irrelevant. Never mind. I know, because I was thinking of curry, because the curry tubs here, they use pineapple in the curry. But obviously,
interesting.
Ask you the same.
Like actual physical chunks of pineapple?
I think so, but like you don't find, it's very rare you'll find the chunks.
It's like pureed into the curry.
Like a chutney kind of thing?
Even more blended, that it makes you feel like I shouldn't be there, but
that's not I'm also half brown. And I make a lot, like I've had a lot of curry in my life, and I mean sometimes people will include fruit and things like that, but it is weird to me to imagine like curry that you would dip chips into, like that to me is like a mix you're getting from like Mayflower or something. And then to put that, and then to be like, let's add like mango or pineapple juice or something, seems like it would just, you don't need a fruity flavor with potato chips. You don't need.
Maybe it's raisins. Anyway, I think I'm wrong.
Oh God, no. Fuck. I'm big anti-raisin. I hate raisins.
I like a raisin.
Isn't that like, I love raisins, but when you find them in a hot meal, it's just like, what are you doing here, lad?
Yeah.
Get out.
No.
It's the classic thing, like the fly in the ointment is the raisin in the meal. You find it, and it's just like, I didn't need that.
It's making you appreciate the rest of the meal a lot more.
Yeah,
every bite you don't have a raisin in, you're suddenly grateful for. I'm big. I'm anti-raisin. I hate raisins. I hate the California raisins. I hate I barely like grapes, just because by way of that, wine and I are not friends.
Wow.
Raisins have done a lot to me.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna, for my final answer, I'm gonna go, I simply have to say ketchup, and then for my second one, I am gonna do think of garlic mayo. That's the other. It's nice. If that's my only dip, that's gonna be too much. But switching back and forth between the two, that's a nice little plate of
Okay, all right, I get you. Yeah, we have a really solid garlic dill aioli that's like one of our top selling sauces at St. James, and so I hear you there. T, should we take a B?
Yeah, let's take a B. We're gonna listen to an advertisement for a better podcast, and we'll
don't say
right
that.
Back.
Don't call them better because they might not be, and people might.
What's up, everybody? My name is Chance Nichols, and I am the host of We Didn't Peak. It's a podcast where I interview people who don't suck. I mean, they're people who are chasing their dreams, and we talk about their lives, where they've been, where they're going. And look, you don't have to be chasing your dreams to not suck. I know plenty of cool people who hate their lives, all right? Boy, this is less an advertisement, more an insult. Okay, well, listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on Instagram at We Didn't Peak.
And we are back. Marty, did you have time to prep a segment for us?
Yes.
Great.
Any other questions?
Awesome. That's good.
And you'll never know what it is.
Awesome. All right.
I did. I don't know if this is a segment, but just a round of two truths and a lie.
Yes.
We just did
Classic.
2 goops and a fry, and your idea was 2 truths and a lie. Is that real?
I think
Yeah,
I named
for real.
two goops and some fries. Like it was. I named it the idea being 2 truths and a lie.
Well, of course.
iterative. So yeah.
What an
That's so
insane
much more
coincidence.
creative than what
Yeah.
I did.
Well, but yours is good. We have. I feel like we have.
This is.
I don't think we've done this on the
is
show.
beautiful.
Actually,
The synchronicity here is gorgeous.
have we ever done 2 truths and a lie on the show? I don't think we have.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Marty, since you came up with the segment, I'm gonna assume that you've come prepped with 2 truths and a lie. That'll give Kevin and us a little brainstorm time for our own. But can you share them and we will try to guess?
Yeah. So, I used to be a coroner. I have 6 brothers and 4 sisters.
Wow.
And I have a Shrek-themed bedroom.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man. So you used to be a coroner. You have six brothers and 4 sisters. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And then you have a Shrek-themed bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I feel like the coroner thing seems like one of those things that you say that is something that people don't believe in 2 truths and a lie, but is true. It feels like that's the most standard one. Now, having a lot of siblings, that seems generationally inaccurate. That feels like you look like you're around our age, and so if we're from a near generation of the same
Kevin,
thing,
you have to keep in mind Irish Catholic, maybe could be a lot of kids.
Okay, they be fucking out there. And then last but not least, of course, that you have a Shrek-themed bedroom, which I can't decide whether it's a good or bad thing. And you are, I'm colorblind, but I think you're wearing a green hoodie right now.
No, it's orange. That's
okay, well, there we go.
so embarrassing.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Wow. That's mad. Is that what you see?
I thought,
Crazy.
I mean, it could be orange. They're like, it's bad. It's bad out here.
So when you see Shrek,
I could be wrong, but you look
think he's
exactly
orange.
like Shrek.
Shrek is Donald Trump, right? They're the same guy. He said he was going to drain the swamp, and I thought, it was all kind of the same.
Green Cheeto.
Yeah. No, so okay, I'm gonna roll the dice and say it's the siblings. I'm gonna say you don't.
Okay,
and I want to know about this bedroom if you do have a Shrek.
That is a strategic guess because it's the least interesting one, so it's probably the lie. But I'm gonna go with the Shrek bedroom because I don't know. I just don't know that Shrek has the same cultural impact in Europe.
I hope you
here.
have a Shrek bedroom. I have 100 questions if you have a Shrek bedroom. Yeah.
Okay. That's your final answers?
I think so.
Okay. Well, you're not going to like it. But they're all lies.
Oh, wow. I don't like it. I'm mad.
You're right.
It was a pointless exercise.
That was unsatisfying.
Didn't like that. We didn't learn anything about you.
It was your idea to play two truths and a lie. It wasn't like we imposed that on you. You came to the table.
What do I like? Huh? Boy.
You're like Willy Wonka.
One of the truths I was going to put in was that I used to be a roller coaster operator.
Oh, sure. That
would have been a cool one, but I didn't put it in. That's
cool.
So.
No, and instead you opted for coroner.
And I guess someday.
Yeah, two jobs exposed to a similar amount of death, I imagine.
I really want to know anybody who has sort of a very, for lack of a better term, just a themed bedroom in any way, really. It doesn't really matter whether it's Shrek or not. I want to know what the experience is like of like bringing someone into that. Like you know, like having someone come over to your house, even if it's not romantic, and just like, you know, giving them a tour. This is and this is my bedroom.
This is my room. It's just a swamp. Don't mind it.
Yeah. Every other door in your house is normal, but then the door to this bedroom is like that, like wooden, rickety, crooked. Like
this
like
is
an
where the
alligator
magic happens. Fairy tale land.
It's like mold everywhere. It's just decay.
Yeah.
A dead body.
God. Desiccated bugs and wildlife. But yeah, no, I like that. Okay. I'm gonna try this for real. I think I have to think of a lie and I have to think of the truth. Were you able to concoct while we did that, T?
A little bit. I mean, I could just go.
Go.
And then it'll give you more time to close us out with your amazing ones.
Well, hold on.
Okay, and Kevin, you might not be able to guess because you know a bit too much about.
Yeah, we'll let Marty guess. I think you and I know each other very well, so I think it's.
So, number one, I have been in the audience of the original Price is Right with Bob Barker. Number two, I have been featured in a series of art house short films where I dressed in drag. And number three, I have a collection of pogs that I've maintained since my childhood.
Oh, they all seem very coded. I don't know you at all. I've just met you. But this is mad, by the way. I've been trying to do this podcast interview for like a year. Anyway, hello. I think the going by the like whole story about your underwear, I wouldn't be surprised if you did the drag show. The Price is Right thing. That's a game show, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You try to guess the price of different groceries and like printers and cars and things.
Oh my god, I love that. And what was the last? Oh, the last one was the Pog. Okay. Oh fuck. Pog. I know it. It's Pog or it's number one. I'm gonna go with Pog.
You were correct. The Pogs was the lie. I think I had a few Pogs maybe growing up, but they're long gone.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. How old are you? We're all 32.
I'm
34.
Yeah, I'm 30. So
what?
Nice. Can't
what are you
wait.
doing?
I'm just 30.
You're younger than me. Why are you?
Doesn't matter. 30 something or other.
Are you saving it for the show business people? So they're
Yeah.
not like, he's too old to do that.
Yeah. Are you
now.
worried you're not going to get booked?
I'm 30 and, you know.
No.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I'm
32.
Jesus' age. I'm 30.
So Pogs were part of our life, though, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had Pogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I miss Pogs.
Yeah, they were good. Okay, I've got it here.
Okay, Kevin.
I've got it here. I've been to the hospital 2 times in my life for issues that happened during sexual intercourse.
Mm-hmm.
I am a rapper and have been on MTV. And my parents were involved in criminal businesses. I should say business.
So
I think it's
the
more
first
accurate.
one, you sexually related take. Those pesky raisins, I bet. The second one, putting them in places.
How many raisins would you need to go to? Like, what? I don't want to get into this, but
you tell me. You know.
Yeah.
You're the raisin expert. What's the second one? The second one was
I'm a rapper and have been on MTV.
You're a rapper and you've been on TV, and the last one is your parents have criminal business.
Or yeah, we're involved in criminal business.
You see, you did a nice little flourish there at the end where you said businesses and then you went, maybe I should say business. And like, if that's a lie, that is so, wow, it's genius. Yeah. And if it isn't, you know, but I'm going to say MTV rapper is a lie.
Unfortunately, it's not a lie. No,
Kevin did 3 truths. How does it feel, Marty?
No, wait, no, I haven't done 3 truths. Wait. No, I am a rapper, and I have. Although I was on MTV, I wasn't on MTV for being a rapper. I was on MTV. I was featured on an episode of a show called Ridiculousness, which is sort of like those clip shows where they like America's Funniest Home Videos or Tosh.0, where they just show videos from the internet and then react to them on television. Okay. And I got hit in the head with a skateboard during. We showed this video multiple times on the show. And they put it on MTV. But at the time when that was on MTV, I was also at the time
I was watching it from the hospital because I just got my shit rocked in the bedroom.
No. And my now deceased father was an owner and operator of a massage parlor where they offered other kinds of services sometimes as well, I think. Like what? Like what? I think you can imagine. It was called Raisin Canes, which is interesting.
Was it?
Oh,
no, wow. It wasn't called Raisin Canes.
It has the dog from the chicken restaurant on the logo.
Yeah. No. So, but I've never been to the hospital for a sex related issue. And somehow
that one I was thinking that you might have to go there soon from a medically undersized slice of the bed. My man's gonna go in. He's gonna barely be able to walk after sleeping on that tiny fraction of mattress.
Yeah. My sleep was so bad last night that I need to go to the hospital, and I guess it could be sexually related. Sure.
Kevin did famously, Marty, once tell our improv group that he had sex and he hurt his back, and we all made fun of him for the rest of his life about it.
Yeah, I've never lived it down, which isn't a bad. They were just mad because they weren't fucking. That's all. They were all mad because I was having sex, and they weren't.
Okay.
And it looked like it was a humble brag, but I just wanted my friends to understand
it was a humble brag. It may also have happened, but
just nobody's talking, and you're in the corner like, ooh wee,
put the work in last night. Really had to put the work in last night.
Oh my god, what's that? Yeah, I'm a legend.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, that was.
We should do one more segment. That was great.
Yeah,
2 truths.
That was a great
and a lie.
segment. I like 2 truths and a lie.
Thank you, Marty.
Or 3 lies or 3 truths. I will spin the wheel one more time. Do you want to do listeners?
You want to do strong? One more spin.
Here we go. Boom.
Lamp
beaches.
Fetish.
Sup, beaches.
Lamp Fetish. Participants must use a random suggestion generator to inspire them as they concoct the plot of a Pixar movie and cast the main parts. So I'm going to get a random object generator. I feel like classic Pixar.
I was trying to figure out why I called this lamp fetish, but then I remembered that Pixar sort of sits the lamp, sort of squishes the eye, which is a thing.
What if this thing, these were the characters, they had consciousness, kind of like Toy Story.
Right, like Cars is the cars coming to life, Toy Story is the toys, yeah, gotcha.
Okay. Okay, this one's kind of fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Teacups. Imagine a sentient tea set.
Okay.
That could they exist in the lives of, I don't know, some kind of aristocrats, and they're used at special banquets. They have their important roles.
I want to know if this thing that exists 100% in North America and Canadian culture is a thing out in the UK, because I can't in my mind envision one. No, obviously fucking tea is. But you know like the china cabinet filled with like plates and dishes that no one fucking uses? Is that a thing out in the UK too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good china. Yeah. I think so. People say, they save it if the Queen is coming, right?
Yeah, right.
But I don't think they'd say it now about the King. Nobody cares about the King.
Right, yeah. So maybe we do. Maybe it's an interesting thing if it's a perspective movie from like they're sort of trapped in this china cabinet, this large glass sort of cabinet, and that's their existence. It's a little small soldiers, Indian in the cupboard energy.
So do they go out during the nighttime and have adventures, or are they just waiting for their turn and trying to like look?
No, it's like a silo. It's like one of them is like, you must never go out, and then one of the cups wants to see the world, and then
yeah.
I think,
and then all the jokes are like, you can't handle it, and then his handle is like,
that's right. Really good. Right, that's really good.
And there's a teapot in it who is short and stout, and and
one of them, the water gets poured in, and they're like hot, because like they're not used to anything being.
They're like, there will be steep consequences. In fact, maybe that's the title. I mean,
steep consequences is pretty good.
I like the idea that like Finding Nemo, one of them's got like
serious consequences.
Yes, exactly.
That
one of them has a little fin, like a little crack. Inside of it, and that's how it's the protagonist. It's all about appearances.
Is
in the
this
china cabinet?
That's shit.
Here's the thing: if we pitch this to Disney, they're actually going to take it and then use it as a prequel to Beauty and the Beast, where it's a prequel story. It's about Chip, right? Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Potts.
Yeah.
Mrs. Potts.
She was like the teapot. It was like Chip and Mrs. Potts, and then I think they were fucking the candle or something. I don't know.
But because it's Pixar, there needs to be an unbelievably heart-wrenching element to it. Can we try to anticipate what is the cry moment of steep consequences?
I think I like the idea what Marty said about like them being exposed to being used as actual like for their purpose for the first time. So maybe like the climax of the movie is like that there's like a dinner and they have to they're going to be used. The queen is coming, the king is coming, the royalty is coming over for dinner. This family that we only kind of see limbs of in the movie are using them for, and maybe it's like. Maybe the it's like we don't know whether or not the kettle is able or the teapot, I guess, is able to handle and he's nervous the whole time about being able to handle the heat and the pressure, and so maybe there's some sort of like we can. It feels like there's a rising tension anyway. I don't know if I can elevate the stakes.
It's like that pressure song from that new Pixar
Moana
movie.
No, not Moana. Encanto.
Encanto, yes,
that's right.
Pressure. Yeah, and then they could like come across like mismatching cups and stuff, and those mismatching cups are like, life ain't so bad, but just don't go in the dishwasher. And then
that's the move. The dishwasher and the garburator, I think, are maybe the things they're worried about. Like the sort of, what could break a dish, right? And maybe there's like a scary scene with like a little kid who's trying to open the cabinet and like trying like when you were a kid and you wanted to pull it out and they were like no. Yeah, I think that's what.
And there's like fun.
There's like a world's best boss mug, and he's like such a dickhead.
Just a capitalist, a total capitalist shill.
Like Wall Street,
the side characters can be like an old like Spider-Man 2 Slurpee cup that's in there, just like all the kind of obscure cups that you still have.
Yeah. The like 3 of the 4 Batman cups from McDonald's, but one of them is missing, and so they're like constantly looking for Batman, but it's the other 3 because they can afford to get them in the movie. Yeah.
I have one more idea for a tear-jerking section, which is sort of in the spirit of Toy Story 3, but where this whole time they just envision they want to have tea in them. They want to serve a beverage, but there's this beautiful moment where the child who they were afraid of plays tea with all of her dolls and just pretending to use them and feeling so meaningful, imagining this little world with the child could be a real Pixar moment. It could be like Jessie's song, even a little that kind of vibe.
Right.
What?
Like
so
that.
they think that is what it's like having tea, and they get let down by it because it's all fake. But then they have the real tea later on. Is that the thing? Cool. Love that.
Oh,
this is a really good idea.
This actually has some like, I don't want to say legs, but saucers maybe. This has some saucers.
I think we just need to cast it. So
that's great. Yeah.
Who's our
sorry,
kettle? Who's our cup?
There's a flying saucer scene, of course.
Yeah, flying saucer scene, of course. I think if we can get. I think I don't have main cast ideas, but for the cameo for the world's best boss mug, if we can get Steve Carell, I think that's good. That makes sense. That'll sell.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that'll sell. And then I feel like we've got like our sort of this seems like the teapot is the main sort of character, right? The one whose journey we're following the most. Who are we casting as the teapot?
Like Kathy Bates.
Yes.
Kathy Bates is actually a great.
You want a little bit of gravitas to the teapot.
Yeah.
You want a teapot that's lived a life.
Kathy Bates in her finest performance yet. Steep consequences.
But does she have to have like an English accent?
Yeah. right. Maybe. A Kathy Bates. It's like signature performance.
It'd be funnier if it was.
I think the little chipped cup could be Barry Keoghan.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God!
Another Oscar turn. As this heartbreaking. Yeah.
And I think like maybe the antagonist, because there's probably an antagonist in there, right inside the cabinet. And we haven't really decided what the antagonist would be. There's a lot of sort of
the pot that calls the kettle
black.
Oh, and it's Idris Elba then, of course.
It's very racial, yeah.
Let's be really literal, guys. This is a racist Pixar movie.
Yeah. Sorry, we should have specified. Yeah. It also needs to be racist.
That's sort of an undercurrent for the majority of our segments here. Is that we like to try and.
That's the one thing Kevin forgot to prep you on at the beginning.
Yeah, I have it in the email, but it's written in the same color as the background of the email.
You'd be surprised how many people don't read the whole email.
Yeah. So you have to highlight it to see all segments must be racist as part of the show.
Well, that is steep consequences. This has been Oops All Segments. Marty Gleeson, thank you so much for coming on. What a joy. What a treat. What a pleasure. We're glad we finally got this scheduled with you.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have anything that you'd like to plug, Marty? Anything you'd like to point people to?
Yeah, so I'm doing it's in London. I'm doing a work in progress hour at the end of the month.
Oh,
and
great.
Then that's it. I guess you can follow me on Instagram at Marty Gleeson _.
Yeah. Give Marty a follow. Great content on there. Lots of funny stuff. I enjoy it. That's how we found each other. If you are in Winnipeg, I'm DJing an improv show that's happening on February 1st. It's an improvised Groundhog Day. So Steven Sim is going to be playing our main character, and we're going to do a ton of stuff around that. Friends of the show, Steve and Katie, Jesse, Carrie, myself, we're all going to be making magic happen on the stage at the Gas Station Arts Center on February 1st. So grab your tickets to come see us do that. T, do you have anything you want to plug?
2 things. One, Secret Family, our next sketch show is on February 13th. Brand new sketches every month at the Den Theater. It's a lot of fun. We just had one. It went great. And just for fun, on the 29th of January in Chicago at Northeastern Illinois University, where I got my counseling degree, the Chicago Film Society is showing a film version of My Winnipeg, which is a movie that my dad helped co-write and is a classic, surreal, art house Winnipeg film.
Directed by Guy Madden, friend of the show.
Directed by Guy Madden, friend of the show. So come check that out. I'll be there. Maybe you will too.
Yeah. Okay. And folks, if you're still looking for more content to pick up, to slurp down, like you would some tea, then you want to make sure that you check out What We Do in the Basement. It's a Let's Play D&D comedy podcast that I host and DM alongside. Thomas was in the show for a long time. We have a lot of other guests and funny comedians that do the show with us, and it's great. You can also check out or if you want to submit segments to the show, leave us a comment on YouTube or Spotify or whatever, and we get notified. We'll check that in, and we'll include that in the segment wheel. That'll be how we get more segments popping. Thank you so much, Thomas, for being on this show and bearing witness to how much the outside world is moving.
Kevin.
Just hold on. Just as how much the outside world is moving beyond your little bubble, beyond your little sort of entrapped place. And thank you, Marty, for venturing out of your swamp themed bedroom to sort of do this show with us. Genuinely though, I'm glad we made this work. It took us forever to get
me too. It was really fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And folks, this has been another episode of your favorite motherfucking podcast as I search for the extra clip. Where is it? I can never find the video to end the show.